of our qualifying events, it's been kind of a toss-up who else is being able to make it into our semifinals. But given that that's, Gohan and Turtle can only make 2 of those 4 spots, Promo and OSW looking to punch their ticket in the top 4. Now, again, Promo, I believe, in 2023 went out to Blarg at this exact spot in the bracket. And I know for a fact he is going to be very upset if he gets this close again to a top 4 spot and comes up just short. You can see with that 5 pieces per second opener, Promo is very eager to get this show on the road.
Look at this. We're already, like, not even 30 seconds in, and we're already off to the races.
Oh, a little bit of a interesting surge pop there from Promo. OSW running out of some eye pieces, has to be very quick with these piece placements.
LJ misdrop is a little unfortunate there, but OSW quickly cleans it up.
Well, all right, a little bit of all-spin there from OSW as well, getting a little bit more efficiency out of that difficult stack to work with. Makes it into the eyepiece in time.
Yeah, barely squeezing through these near top outs. But, I mean, OSW is going to have to do a lot more than that in order to top out Promo. And looks like this might be the start of something substantial. Sending some surges, starting to get some garbage on Promo's board finally.
Pop surge, just 220 spikes back-to-back, over 250 APM. And the first game of our last stream, TWC, goes to Promo. It's going to be a lot more games in order to make it into top 4, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's this set and then at least one more.
Oh, this is a tricky downstack spot for Promo. Only 1 eyepiece and is not able to cycle through to the garbage.
OSW with some really good donos in the middle there.
All right, and again, just as, Promo had to work very hard, over a minute to get that first round, and OSW just grabs the second within a matter of seconds. No pun intended. But right now, Promo, pretty severe advantage. OSW is not have Surge ready, is able to get to clean garbage. Promo just needs to hold on to Surge. When is Promo going to launch the trigger?
OSW is just bracing for that incoming Surge spike, and there it is. Tanks it perfectly. And is stacking clean once again with this freestyle.
Yeah, and Promo, again, I think Promo was, partly OSW as well, is more content at launching Surge when it's convenient for his stack, rather than looking at when it's not convenient for OSW's stack. And unfortunately, there's a couple of misdrops flying in. OSW able to have that higher burst speed in the right moments, and OSW now 2 back-to-back games takes that lead back. All right, we got TD there from OSW. Freestyle center well from Promo.
Different opener games from last round.
Oh, sudden surge like forces a compromise out of Promo.
Early surge break from OSW. I'm not sure if that was intentional.
Well, another small surge from Promo, I think trying to cheese up OSW's board. It seems to be working a little bit because Promo right now has a lot of surge ready to use while OSW's been in the process of digging down to the clean.
And OSW's doing a pretty good job of this.
Oh, okay, a little bit of another smaller surge from Promo, but not going to be able to follow it up with anything conducive for the top out. OSW, meanwhile, taking full advantage of the clean garbage to get as much back over to Promo's board. Promo with a beautiful clean well in the center. You can see speeding up 5 pieces per second burst now. Let's it go with Surge. OSW looking for a downstack, is able to survive, but not for much longer.
That speed from Promo is just, oh my goodness, man.
And especially, yeah, I'll keep in mind as well, because I think some people in chat are also pointing out, that was a 5 pieces per second average. That match did not start at 5 pieces per second. Promo sped up to the point where it averaged 5 pieces per second, so that was well above that stat line. Oh, but that's a lot of garbage to take in. Promo needs to be very careful getting the garbage. Misholds over the T, cannot use it for the T-spin. OSW sending that Surge, trying to earn the stop out.
OSW really tried to take advantage of Promo's oh my goodness.
That's such a good downstack from Promo. This is going very fast compared to even our round of 16 from yesterday. So much quicker. Everything is flying around at nearly double the speed in some of our matches. 20 on the counter for Promo, but the misdrops. Oh, that's going to cut off access of garbage.
Ooh, OSW actually has to hesitate a little bit, though. That gives
that gave
Promo
Promo the
just a little bit of breathing room.
Oh,
Neither
so
player
tragic
is
there.
really... Neither player is really, like, taking advantage of this. They're hesitating a little too much.
Promo's getting close. Misdrops that eyepiece, not great. Okay, lets that surge rip, but OSW still building back-to-back. Actually gets a handful of all spins all the way down to the bottom of the board. Doesn't have anything to follow it up with, but Promo does not have a down stack.
OSW taking the lead once more. It is now 3-2. We might be seeing a constant back and forth here. Oh my goodness.
We's a good console. All right, and OSW did not able to get to that 4 back-to-back, but does have a lot of clean to use as Promo.
And that's what a fantastic counter there.
And but just as quickly as OSW got 2 in a row, manages to do so once again, and now it's a 2-point ball game for OSW, or I guess basketball game at this point, because we are playing on the court. Looking to get that 4 back-to-back, potentially keep digging down a little bit, launches that surge a little bit early. Promo trying to hold on to it, potentially just like OSW, but misdrops over the T-spin, and that's going to prevent Promo from getting anything offensive to put an end to OSW's offense. And that's another round. These misdrops are really starting to add up, even though this is still very early in our match.
OSW
right now
is playing very aggressive. Look at this LST. This back-to-back is being made. Oh, that's just 8 seconds. Not almost 9. But, like, that is a sub-10-second round.
Yeah, and honestly, a good number of these rounds have been won very quickly by OSW. Another double misdrop there early for Promo. That could be another dropped game, given how quickly OSW is able to build up Surge, send over 20 lines of garbage. And if your opponent's not ready, that can be game. However, it looks like OSW not able to keep Surge too long, so Promo able to wait out that entire onslaught, send something back in retaliation. Currently a little bit behind on Surge, but a beautiful center will send it over 30 lines on that spike. But OSW, having already been in offense, is doing all right. Is this a...
Oh, good
OSW
donation from
more
OSW.
donos.
Had to break Surge, unfortunately, but still playing really
careful.
efficiently. OSW's dancing on the line right now. Things are looking a little scary, but I mean, OSW is maintaining that 4.3 pieces per second speed right now. Getting a nice little burst here.
Oh, but Promo as well, matching this burst speed. Both players approaching and exceeding 4.5 pieces per second. OSW going for the greedy
There's the spike. OSW tries to downstep, just lives a little bit longer, but Promo finally getting another point on the board.
And
I think that looking like freestyle stacking.
I think that round especially highlights some of the strengths of when you're able to be the second player to send your surge attack, you're able to see what your garbage queue looks like.
And there we go. OSW taking another 10 seconds. Like, this is...
Yeah, again, especially if you're Promo, you cannot be dropping games this fast because, again, Promo's been working so hard to get so many of these wins against OSW. But, again, if it takes, 2 minutes of effort just to earn each round, but OSW is able to take 30 seconds and win another 3, that can seem to invalidate most, if not all of that effort, but a 5 pieces per second, 250 APM round for Promo. Saying that OSW, you might be fast, but you got to keep your humility in check.
Yeah, it seems like right now with this forecast, it really seems like if the round doesn't end really soon, it's gonna be Promo's game. Promo was doing such a fantastic job earlier, and OSW managing to just take the lead away from him.
Is there a dig? Oh my goodness.
Oh, there is. It's looking a bit scary though. We're
having to use not only the eyepieces there very smartly to get around all of this very jagged board, but needing to use the T to make sure that any inconsistencies
and there we go. OSW taking another round like that. Now leading by 8, by 4. I mean, score is 8. My bad.
Enough. There's a lot of multiples of 4 on screen, and I think for a game that's dependent on, blocks made of 4, very fitting. All right, a lot of early spike damage there from Promo, just building up, and not even
the ass misdrop cuts that. Oh, there was such a down stack there too. This is proof that you can't be making mistakes like that. Like, you can't be making mistakes, otherwise it could mean you lose the round.
Oh, but Promo as well, going a little bit greedy there. OSW sending off so much garbage that Promo has to make some compromises in this build. But there's the double multiplier, both eyepieces getting exponentially stronger. But OSW has that down stack.
Squeezing through. Oh, the S miss drop. OSW's got to skim that, like, get rid of that soon. Doesn't he?
Oh, and
Promo didn't do anything for that? Oh my
I think
goodness.
Promo was trying to time around that attack, but it's gonna open the door for OSW a little bit. Oh, but this is a really nice spot there for Promo. Beautiful use of that garbage, and the garbage is still in the perfect column. 6-3 is being gifted onto Promo's board right now. The divine entities at work, providing the most desired board out of Promo. But right now, it's not enough to top out OSW. The 4.2 pieces per second still hanging in there despite all of the odds. That's a lot of bad odds, given the surge and a misdrop. And all of a sudden, Promo is 3 wins in the last 4 rounds. This is looking entirely different than it was just mere moments ago.
Ooh, Z misdrop off the bat for OSW.
Oh, but we've got an eye misdrop there from Promo, having to do some all-spins.
T-spin mishap. We're seeing a lot of mistakes right now, but this is not the time to be making those kinds of things. Like, you need to...
This is in set 1, and both of these players are no stranger to being in a top 8 scenario. But for some reason...
27 Spike. Spike was still going when I tried to call it out.
All right, it looks like right now neither player... Okay, Promo's first one to get a surge under his belt. OSW likewise. Doing a bit of all spins, quite a big greedy, tanks all of that.
Another 27 Spike. Promo tanking all of it, managing to find the down stack, still going.
And again, because these numbers have been so incredibly strong, these surges have been sent at a portion where they're just going to send more clean to the opponents. And these numbers are flying off the charts right now. OSW trying desperately to find an option.
No, OSW does not have the board space for that. Promo's closing this gap. OSW is about to lose a 4-point lead.
And that would not be great going into set 2. But if you are Promo right now, you are living for this moment. Things are looking up very, very well. There's the donation of T-spins on the 9-0 stack to continue to remain incredibly efficient. However, a little bit of hesitation there from Promo, not able to build up surge too much. But OSW as well has some garbage that they're going to have to clear through in order to make it down to some clean. Manages to do so very quickly, calculating very meticulously to make sure that there is always an out, there is always a solution if Promo is going to send something disastrous. Uses the double eyepiece, extremely greedy self, but there is a down stack which will protect OSW on the way down.
Yeah, OSW now suffering a huge surge deficit. Promo didn't even need to use it, and we're already tied up again, 8-8. Is Promo gonna come back? Is this gonna be... Are we gonna see like a 7-point run to victory for this first set?
This is it. Promo's pushing almost 5 pieces per second, a little bit higher than that. Is just going for the raw damage output. OSW gets caught off guard.
Oh, OSW
that he has some time.
Promo takes the lead.
And from a 3-7 deficit, and Promo is now leading by 1, needs 2 more games, and the set win could be his.
OSW, I think, is starting to crack under this pressure. Finding a surge, has to break it.
Misdrop there on Promo's side. OSW's got 9-0. There's the spike.
Yeah, there's a huge 9-0 here. That's just going to enable a lot of quads being sent down that well.
Oh, right now, beautiful dono there from OSW. Still holding on to surge. Look at this.
Surge maintenance. Look at these donations. Look at this all spin. Sends it now.
Oh, but Promo's so greedy.
It was so close to being the perfect time. But Promo barely lives through and is able to push through that, getting the point. This is going to be set point for this. Oh my goodness.
I can't even call that nerves of steel. That was just nerves of an otherworldly metallic alloy. Somehow Promo decides I'm gonna break my board on line 19 and then pop Surge, and it's enough to throw off OSW. Did not see the spike coming, and now Promo looking to close this out 10-8. 5 pieces per second. This burst is really getting out of hand. OSW covers up the well. No eye in sight.
Promo with what? A 7-round comeback there?
Yeah, it was 3-7 and then 4-8 and 7 straight rounds on the return side.
7 straight rounds from Promo to get the win on that first set. Holy smokes! What a way to start off. What a way to start off today's stream. Oh my goodness.
I was going to comment that Promo was dropping a lot of games very early to some very quick rounds, but look at that on the right side of your screen. Only one of those matches was under like 25 seconds. So Promo, despite saying, you know what, like I might be vulnerable to a couple of quick rounds, but if I'm able to consistently win those mid-game interactions, that is going to be enough. And despite OSW's best efforts and a very solid, respectable early lead, it is not enough. Promo emerges victorious for set 1. And the last apple in the bracket is looking to make it in the top 4 for the first time of his career. And I know OSW as well, looking for the potential for a top 4. Both of these players, this could quite literally be mutually their best tournament performance to date with the set win here.
Yeah, I mean, look at these stats. Both players above 4.0, above 4.3 PPS. And OSW pulling off 4.33. That is faster than quite a few of the sets we saw yesterday. And that wasn't enough to win. We
saw players even like Westel that generally are known for playing extremely fast and decided to opt for a little bit of a slower play style to take things a little bit more careful. But it seems between Promo and OSW, definitely hearkening back to our Season 1 metas of just put out all of that raw damage output, the back-to-back chaining, usually doing a little bit more in Season 1, but it can still be quite a lethal challenge in Season 2 when combined with Surge. And honestly, just looking at how things were going, I think it really came down to just who was able to play more consistently. We saw a lot of misdrops early in that set from Promo that caused a lot of those rounds to get dropped. But then OSW as well, as soon as Promo started playing really, really aggressively, in some cases almost to the point of topping out himself, OSW was not able to play at the same caliber while being over halfway on top of the stack. So if Promo's able to continue to keep this hyper offense going, I think it might be able to overpower even the great OSW. And now if you're an OSW scenario, it's kind of a bit of a toss-up, right? Like OSW and Promo, like both of their marquee playstyles are kind of the same thing at heart. And Promo has just said, I can do what you do, but better. And so now OSW has to go back to the drawing board a little bit, say like, well, is there any room for improvement on my own stack? Can I continue to play more efficiently? And if so, what compromises is that going to make on my speed, on my efficiency? And regardless of, again, how my playstyle changes, how is that going to stack up against what I've already seen from Promo?
Yeah, that is, but yeah, no, that was just, I mean, I don't really have any other words for just how Promo just decided to lock in for that second half, and oh my god.
I can't believe Promo locked in like that. The 7 rounds in a row is just unbelievable. Like we've seen a little bit of that from like our 11 to 11-3 sets yesterday. Not from an 11-8 where you just decided I'm losing, but no, I'm gonna win anyways. Actually, like I don't think we saw a single set like that where it was kind of like had a very early deficit that was over 3 or 4 rounds. And just decided, you know what, no losses from here on out. We're going to win this set out. We're going to go up 1-0 and put the pressure on OSW.
Yeah. I think we're just waiting. I think we're waiting for the players to prepare themselves.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a breather for things as we are. I mean,
after a set like that, like I can't blame the players for wanting a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, that is completely understandable. And again, for those of you that recently came in with the 2 in-game pings for our TWC final stream, welcome in. We thank you so much for tuning in. We've spent the last several months looking at who is the best player in Season 2. We had several months of qualifiers and nearly an entire month thus far already to get to our top 8, and tonight the victor will be crowned. Right now, Promo up 1 set. OSW is going to need to win 2 consecutive first to 11s in order to advance in the top 4. Oh, and that's did not get punished, surprisingly. OSW did not have a response ready when Promo was all the way at the top of the matrix. And that is going to, again, open the door. Promo's able to downstack, bring that stack to a little bit more manageable. And since OSW doesn't really have a surge spike ready, especially after those misdrops, Promo in no danger. Oh, but there is the misdrop T-spin. We saw a lot of that early in the first set. And although it did not cause Promo to lose out on things, it did cause a lot of missed games. That might be what OSW is looking for.
OSW with a quick spike here.
My.
Oh, and look at that! I think OSW is starting to find his bearings again. Just like using that 2 minutes really well. Just like taking a quick breather.
Oh, a little bit of a
that round already was like longer than half of the ones in the previous set.
Oh, we are definitely seeing a little bit more of an aggressive OSW, I'd say. So many more very, very large spikes. Unfortunately, right now, Promo's the one building up surge. OSW is not able to get any extra garbage out of this stack, just relying solely on skims, T-spins, and quads. A bit of a misdrop that's causing some issues on the down stack.
Yeah, no, that's going to be curtains. Those next pieces aren't looking too hot.
And that is another round. Well, yeah, well, we did have 1-1, I think, last time as well.
We did.
Pretty solid work. And again, I think just speaks to how close some of these rounds can really be at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, we do have the context of the previous set. Like, there was...
Oh.
Like, any win could just turn into an insane round streak.
Oh, OSW needs to be really careful in this down stack, running out of high pieces to use on the clean garbage, but manages to get through enough pieces that it's going to be okay. Promo right now with the 12 surge, almost double-digit advantage, lets the spike go, but OSW holds on a little longer, finds a multiplier, and Promo now in a dire situation, cannot find an out. And a 500 versus score from OSW, incredibly efficient rounds. And that is what we need to see if OSW wants to take a set 2.
We're already seeing a little bit of a difference here.
Oh, double misdrop there from OSW. Not great, especially as Promo has the surge advantage.
Oh, there we go.
Doesn't even need to use it.
Yeah.
Look at that 285 APM from Promo.
It's really crazy that we're only 1 round ahead of last night, and we're seeing such a huge increase in stats compared to yesterday. It's like...
When Promo was playing against Kamiyama Shiki yesterday, we saw very few rounds where Promo tried to play to speed as an advantage. But this time around, against a player where arguably it would look worse on paper, has worked out so wonderfully for Promo.
Oh, and the ZI misdrop over on the right-hand side for OSW. Promo's going to be taking the lead this time around.
And I'm sure Promo is very happy to, for once in the career, not have a Z misdrop be Promo's undoing. Going to work a little less favorably for OSW in this case. 5.3
looks like there's an L misdrop on Promo's board, but Promo doesn't need to worry about that. That's another misdrop on OSW's board. Is OSW starting to finally just buckling under this pressure?
Well, again, as we remember from our set 1, OSW had a 4-point lead and things shifted very much at a moment's notice for Promo. OSW may very well be trying something similar, but when you don't have a set to give and there's no leeway for you to play a little bit more aggressively, you need to be very careful with every decision you make, every piece you place on the board, because it could be the end of your tournament life.
OSW building the surge, breaking it at seems a pretty defensive time, but Promo still continue to apply pressure.
Part of that as well with OSW didn't accept the full surge, but decided to tank about half of it and then pop surge to make sure that A, OSW got to accept some clean garbage, and B, got to send some garbage over to Promo.
There we go. OSW sends that surge. Promo's board looking too messy at the end there. OSW is going to take another point, try and close that gap, try and get the lead back, try and get a set out of Promo. Because,
and we've seen a lot of TD right now from OSW. Generally not something terribly common, but players like Turtle and Gohan have really shown how strong it can be. And even Kamiyama Shiki pairing it with DPC was able to take several rounds off of Promo. However, it looks like this time around, as we're calling that out, OSW going to solidify for PC over. Building on top of that PCO stack has a lot of flexibility for all spins, a lot of potential for some center, well, lethal counter spikes. Also can be a bit of a tricky spot to work through when you get cheesed up a little bit. Promo right now, has the 4 back-to-back, lets it go a little bit early, hoping that that spike could bring a little bit of weakness into OSW's playstyle, but no, OSW back down all the way to the bottom, accepts a lot of clean garbage, and this could be a really disastrous spike for Promo to deal with. Has enough clean eyepieces, but still so much garbage from OSW, and the 3 games all in a row, OSW is back in the lead.
Yeah, but I mean, we saw what happened when OSW had the lead last time, so it's not like OSW isn't out of the woods yet until that score says 11, and we're still quite a ways away from that.
Well, and OSW able to beautiful follow-up, another 250 attack per minute rounds.
OSW starting to run out of the woods now. Just trying to take this lead and get out of there as soon as possible.
Again, you've gotta do what you need to do to grab these wins and achieve win condition before it's too late. Because again, even if you're able to get almost all of the way there, but your opponent gets that 11th win first, that entire set's effort is essentially forfeit. And with some bad eyepiece placements, a little hesitation. And Promo with a double-digit surge doesn't even need to use it. That damage is still so strong. Again, as we talked about, with both Promo and OSW being so Season 1 oriented, just the regular T-spins and quads are going to be so much damage that even without surge, we're going to be seeing crazy spikes. That was unfair garbage there to OSW. So perfectly clean.
OSW sending a quick spike.
Look at this damage, nearly 300 APM from both players.
Yeah, we are about to hit that 300 number, and like both players are still in this game.
Oh my god, I'm in utter disbelief that neither player has earned a win. That was unreal.
Yeah, that was such an insane burst of APM, and neither player like topped out.
No, and OSW's got a sidewell. Promo has a little bit of cheese to work with, trying to use some all spins, makes their way to the clean garbage once again.
Team is drop, gonna make OSW. Oh, OSW is gonna stagger a bit too much. It is now 6-6. We are tied up.
And that was literally, I think, 250 APM from essentially both Promo and OSW for a minute straight. Again, I know this is partly just we have 2 players that are very oriented to just, big number is what I need to win my set out. But it is impressive to see both players with similar win conditions and similar preferred playstyles do so well. Oh my goodness, Promo!
Oh, and there we go, 7-6.
And 35 spike from Promo breaks the tie. Promo currently leads by 1. Oh, but we have miss drop. There's the early spike there from OSW. Not going to go for the full C-spin. Instead, going to save some of those resources for later. And you can see building up that surge a lot higher, able to get more of the damage bonus because of holding onto that surge for so long. Promo does have a decent bit of clean, but not the greatest board to work with. Has to create an overhang over on that left-hand side, prevents him from getting to the clean garbage as quickly as he would have liked. All right, another surge broken just before double digits there for OSW. Garbage coming in very quickly for Promo. OSW has to be really careful. Oh my goodness, the IP steal and Promo!
And there we go. Jeez. Bringing it back to bringing back to a tie, 7-7.
All right, we've got the Osu Deuce. It's a first to 4 now. Promo once again going for the sensor well freestyle. Has worked so well at speeds above and beyond 5 pieces per second. And there's the counter spike. Gets 2 quads on multiplier, and Promo actually gonna wait this one out a little bit. Recognizes no.
That wasn't working. That was not the strategy. But here we are.
Well,
OSW is back at 8 points. This is the dreaded number.
I think Promo was expecting OSW to just send a lot more garbage very quickly, but you could see as well, OSW recognized Promo wasn't doing anything and said, you know what? If you're going to waste your time, I'm going to build up my spike so that there is no counterplay to what I'm sending you, and immediately grabs the advantage back.
Counter to the counterplay is impressive.
And again, this is what we have to... This is what we expect to see for our top 8.
You need to have those sort of mind games. You have to have that sort of mentality. You need to know your opponent like that in order to get through this. But now OSW is at 8 points. This is the dreaded score that kept him from winning last set. Let's see if OSW can turn things around this time. See if OSW can get that 9th point and then some more.
Oh, this is a... Look at all this cheese right now from Promo. Take a trip to Wisconsin and then back. With how much cleanup this is requiring, OSW has been able to build up Surge essentially without any issue. However, that's a lot of garbage coming in. It will force a back-to-back pop from OSW. Double eye piece, that's another eye dependency for OSW. And that is a fatal, fatal
here we are,
the
dreaded tie.
Oh, and we are now in A rank and below territory. First to 3, 6 pieces per second burst from Promo, the fastest burst we've seen in our entire TWC thus far. But it's causing a misdrop.
I think maybe going a little too fast here.
Oh, desperate times call for desperate measures. But right now, OSW is the player that doesn't have the wiggle room. A lot of garbage coming in very quickly.
Too much there. Promo takes the lead once again with this. Is OSW going to suffer another 11-8 to seal his TWC career here?
Again, both players, this is kind of like, what you know, both of them at their potential for the first finish. Promo is 1 game away. This is game, set, match point for Promo. OSW needs to win 3 in a row right here, right now, or the tournament run is over. But that's 2 very early misdrops.
That does not bode well. OSW is going to have to do some real quick down stacking in order to get rid of this deficit.
Oh, the
Promo's already got the 10 surge at the ready, waiting for the right time to strike. Chooses to do it now. OSW countering it back. This set is already closer than previously, but I mean, OSW still needs to win 2 more in a row, otherwise his run in TWC 2025 comes to a close.
All right, both players still keeping that stack relatively safe, but keep in mind, as we saw from many of our sets yesterday, a low board can be a safe board, but it can be vulnerable to any spike above 20 lines. You need something to counteract all this incoming garbage.
You need to have some ammo to attack your enemy.
If you're not able to dig down to your garbage in time, that's an aggressive TP's placement. Promo sacrificing some damage efficiency, but is able to build a back-to-back. Is the gambit going to pay off? It looks like it might right now. This is a huge surge advantage for Promo. Looking to capitalize, looking to end the set at the moment. So much garbage, but OSW has
still surviving this, though. Oh my. OSW with this down stack continuing to try and play efficiently. A few mishaps at the bottom of the board. Promo sends him back up. OSW taking a little bit too long to hesitate, but
Fractal from Promo. 23 spike, gets to the clean garbage. OSW has the eyepieces ready, still unfazed by all of this pressure.
Still has to do a lot of down stacking. That garbage is still not looking too clean. Like there is
Promo.
And Promo with the counter ready, strikes at the right time. And Promo's going to take that. The second match, moving on, 11-9, taking that second set over at OSW, moving to quarterfinals. or semifinals, actually. Yeah, no, semifinals.
Yeah, this is semifinals. This is
is-
again, it is so sad we have to say goodbye to